What's up all the people on the internet, my name is Milo and this is DailyPlus. Hello everyone once again and welcome back to DailyPlus, your favorite show about everything Eurovision. So today we have a little bit of Eurovision and Junior Eurovision news, we have today's fun fact, and of course we have the song of the week. So let's get started. And we are of course starting with the big news story of the week. That is of course that the Romanian broadcaster TVR has been kicked out of Eurovision 2016. Not only that, but they've actually been kicked out of the whole EBU, meaning that they won't be allowed to participate in this year's Eurovision, they won't be allowed to broadcast the show, and they won't be able to get the rights to any of the other broadcasts that the European Broadcasting Union is sending out. Now why is this, you may ask? Well, ever since 2007, TVR, the broadcaster in Romania, has been in debt at the EBU. This debt has grown bigger and bigger. Because of this, the EBU gave them a deadline to the 20th of April to find out a way in which the EBU and TVR could collaborate to actually get this debt paid. EBU received no replies from TVR, and so the only thing it could do was kick out Romania. This of course means that Ovidiu Anton, who was set to perform his song Moment of Silence at the Eurovision, will not be performing this year, and that means the semi-final 2 is down to only 18 songs. This is of course the big news of the week. Let's take a little listen to the song that would have represented Romania, and if you want to discuss this in the comment section, try to keep a nice tone.
In the darkest nights, feel the power in you. Take a moment of silence and fight for the truth.
This week we also saw some more information about the Eurovision opening ceremony. There isn't a long time until the Eurovision Song Contest 2016 gets kicked off, and just like there has happened in the past couple years, a big opening ceremony will be held. This year the opening ceremony takes place in 2 places. This year's red carpet event will be held at the Euro Club, and the big party for all the participants will take part in the Stockholm City Hall. The red carpet event will of course be streamed on both Eurovision.tv and SVT Play, and if you are near Stockholm and near Euro Club, you will be able to watch the red carpet event yourself, right as it happens. Are you going to Stockholm for this year's Eurovision? Let us know down in the comments. We finally have the music video for Icebreaker, the Norwegian entry song by Agnete at this year's Eurovision. The music video was due to be released back in March. However, due to some technicalities and some sickness in Agnete's Eurovision team, the music video wasn't done until now. But we can finally enjoy the wonderful music video for Icebreaker, and you can take a little preview of it right here.
I'll be your icebreaker when you're stuck in frozen water. Frozen water. Icebreaker.
Agnete and her song Icebreaker will be performed 15th at the second semi-final of this year's Eurovision. And finally we have a little bit of Junior Eurovision news, because we now know a little bit more about the upcoming Junior Eurovision taking part in Valletta in Malta on the 20th of November. First of all, the rules have been changed a little bit. Participants can now be between 9 and 14. Previously it was 10 to 15. The show, as previously mentioned, will be held on a Sunday afternoon, more specifically from 4 p.m. CET to 6 p.m. CET, a more perfect time for kids programming. The show will also be held inside of the Mediterranean Conference Center. Some of you might already know this place, as this was the place that Destiny won the Malta Junior Eurovision last year. It was also the place where the Malta Eurovision pre-selection took part this year, and it's been used for many contests over the years. The Mediterranean Conference Center has a seating of around 1,500 people, which means it won't be as big as Arena Amek the Junior Eurovision took part in last year, but it will be enough to create a great party on the little Maltese island. Are you excited for Junior Eurovision 2016? More information about the show will be revealed in a couple weeks when the EBU and PBS hold their joint press conference in Stockholm during the Eurovision rehearsals. Now it's time for today's fun fact. Today we're talking a little bit about age in Eurovision. As some of you may know, you need to be at the age of 16 before you can take part in the Eurovision Song Contest. However, it wasn't actually always like that. Previously, there was no Eurovision rule about the age of participation. That means that the youngest winner of the Eurovision Song Contest, that is Sandra Kim. Sandra Kim comes from Belgium and she is the youngest Eurovision winner. However, she's not the youngest Eurovision performer. There has been 2 cases where 11-year-olds have taken the stage at Eurovision. Eurovision. Those are the youngest participants. But who are the oldest, you may think? Some might think back to the Russian grandmas in 2012 at the contest in Baku. However, those aren't actually the oldest. The oldest person to ever go on the Eurovision stage is Emil Ramsauer from Switzerland. He was part of a group taking part for Switzerland at the Eurovision 2013, and he was at the time of participation 95 years old. This just goes to show that Eurovision is such a broad event, bringing in people in all different kinds of ages. You're gonna have people from 16 all the way up to 100. Doesn't matter, as long as you have a love for music, that's all you really need. Now let's listen to the song of the week. Today we are only going a few years back, because we are going back to the Eurovision Song Contest in 2014, live from Copenhagen, Denmark. And we're taking a look at the entry from Switzerland. In 2014, Switzerland was represented with Sibelta, and he sang the song 100 of Stars, and that is today's Song of the Week.
Want me to go, want me to go, cause I think I'm lying, cause I think I'm lying, no, open the door, cause tonight I cannot go, hunting for stars, no, no.
Sibelta and his song 100 of Stars took part for Switzerland at the Eurovision in 2014. The song qualified for the grand final where it managed to get 13th place. And the song is both written and composed by Sibelta himself. Well, there you go, that is all we have for Daily Plus this week. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, remember to leave a like and a favorite, and of course click subscribe button for more of the shows we do on here. And you definitely should, because right now we have a brand new show hosted by me, which is called Road to Stockholm. Road to Stockholm lets you know everything you need to know about this year's participants. The first 2 episodes are already out, and the next episode will be released tomorrow. And remember, if you want all the latest Eurovision news as soon as it comes out, then remember to check our website, esc-plus.com. We have news, we have polls, we have exclusive interviews, we have everything you need, so check that out when you can. But that's all for today. See you next week.